Now, for my one tray bake, I'm going to use chicken, one of my favourite meats in the entire world. Cheapest chips and really, really tasty. And the chicken I'm using are thighs. Bone in, skin on. I find when you cook the thighs, bone in, skin on, they hold their flavour and they hold their size as well. And the skin, I find, keeps it moist, so it makes it even more delicious.
I agree with you this one time, Richo.
Hold on a second. My God. Now, to that, I want you to add about half a cup of the soy sauce straight into there. And I've got the Hoisin sauce. That's the sweetness, that's the flavour that brings it all together. It's got a sort of plummy flavour to it.
Yes.
But that sweetness with the chicken works really well.
More, Richo?
Oh, put the whole lot in there.
Okay, good. All right.
The more, the better. That's what it's all
Beautiful.
about. Now, you can see the ginger that I've chopped up. I've left it really coarse. I love ginger. It's got great flavour to it. And by leaving it nice and coarse like this, it actually is something you can crunch on at the end. I find when you grind it too fine, sometimes for this type of dish, it actually falls apart and you don't get that punch, which is really, really important. Tongs, mix them around for me, please.
Can do.
And then I'll just get the rest of these things happening while you're mixing and making sure that that sauce, that marinade is all over everything. And I'm using the tongs because the tongs keeps it nice and neat, which is important.
I love how simple your marinade is. I think both our bakes are just really simple flavours, really easy to do.
Well,
loving this, hoisin and soy, love it.
Exactly, that's what it's all about. This is a one-tray thing. You've come home, kids are screaming, you know, there's stuff going on. You want to get something into the oven really quickly, lots of things on the one tray and cooking all together. So that's as easy as you need to do. That's perfect. If you can cut those mushrooms in half, and the spring onions, cut them a few centimetres. So nice big, we call them battens, but, you know, nice big pieces. And we want them nice and firm and nice and large because this is going to take a little while in the oven to cook. So you want it to hold up. Now, the chicken is really easy, and I'll just place it on the tray. You can see I've got some baking paper on there already. Great way of keeping the tray nice and clean. It'll stop it from sticking and also makes it a hell of a lot easier to clean. Now, when I put this on, Preeya, I put it skin side up.
Yes,
because we
crispy.
want... Exactly, we want the heat of the oven to crisp it up. You know that one?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
He's
I like
genuinely
that.
surprised.
Well, I wasn't sure, you know, just making sure that you've got it together. The rest of the marinade, we don't want to waste at all. We want to make sure that that's spread all over the bottom of the tray. As everything cooks, the juices come out of the chicken and all the vegetables and start to come together. So it's a matter of just placing all these veggies around the outside, and we've kept them quite coarse because we want them to all cook together.
Yes.
And the mushrooms...
Is this too big for you?
No,
or is
that's
that
fine.
I got the batten brief as this.
That is perfect.
Okay.
It's, you have got the brief correctly.
Chuck it on.
On it goes like that.
Beautiful. I love it. Lots of colours.
Exactly like the rainbow or something we hear a lot of. There we go.
You could even throw more veggies on here, Richo. You could do zucchini, carrot.
Exactly. But if I put zucchini on there, I'd make sure it's really thick and chunky. That way it holds up to the cooking process. Peanuts go on top of it as well.
Beautiful.
Now, a lot of people are allergic to peanuts, so, you know, if you've got someone with a peanut allergy, don't put the peanuts on them. You don't need them. But I think they're really nice because they make it nice and crunchy and nutty. Now, we need a bit of salt on there because salt loves meat, meat loves salt. A little bit of salt on there. Be careful because soy sauce is got a lot of salt in it.
Yes.
So not too much salt on there. You've probably never heard me say that
I know.
before. Also, a good twist of black pepper over the top of it. Now, you can imagine if you're busy, you could make this the day before.
Yes.
Put some Glad wrap over the top of it in the fridge. Then when you get home, you bung it straight into the oven and off you go.
My thing with the one tray bake, Richo, is make enough for 2 nights. Because
Exactly.
it's easy and you're fed for 2 nights.
Exactly, that's the way to do it. You can make 2 trays. See, this would feed my family. I'll make sure I've got some rice with it, but this is a great way of feeding a family of 6. But see how I've got an extra one in there? We're a family of 5. I'll put an extra chicken thigh
2
in
for
there.
Richo.
Well, no, it's for my kids can fight over it at the end.
Okay.
Whoever washes the dishes gets the extra thigh. Now, this will go into an oven at 200 degrees Celsius till it cooks nice and gently. Wait till you try this one, Preeya. That comes straight out of the oven, and it's this stage here, I put the peas on top. Because once it's been in the oven, it's been baking away and you start to get a lot of brown colours. You know how you talk about your rainbow?
Yes.
This is what brings it up. Some peas.
Love it.
Straight on the top there. And they warm up really quickly because there's a lot of residual heat in the tray. There's a big word. I'm using some fancy words now.
I feel like I'm rubbing off on you, Richard.
Exactly. Some spring onions on there, some coriander as well goes on the top there.
Beautiful.
And, of course, for some crunch, some deep-fried shallots, or some people call them fried onions, whatever you want to call them. I put them on top there. Plenty of those babies on there.
I love the colours. This is the type of dish I think you put on the table if you've got people over and they go, wow, but it's actually really easy and you don't need to tell them that. Do you agree?
No, you don't tell them anything.
You say nothing.
I slaved my guts out all day putting this together. Now, Preeya, I've started off the plate with some basmati rice. That's the one that goes in this special oven. 2 minutes, ding, and it's done, hot and tasty and ready to go. Now we need to load this up, don't we?
Wonderful.
You loving this?
I am. I like it a lot. It's wholesome, good, nutritious, easy food to make. I think people think eating well has to be difficult, but when you look at it like this, Richo, it's actually quite simple. You've used frozen peas. You could really throw whatever veggies you wanted on.
Now, what we're looking for is flavour, that hoisin to come through. I'll just cut a piece of that chicken off there. It's cooked all the way, nice and sweet, lots of veggies on there, the peanuts as well.
Can I say, that sauce is so simple, but packed with flavour. You could even do a vegetarian version with massive mushrooms in it. That is glorious, Richard. I can't knock it.
No, I think that's a cracker for a one-tray dish. Easy peasy.